In this video, we're going to talk about taking your offering from a commodity to a transformational offer. Now, I first learned about the concept of offers specifically, not from Alex Hormozi, believe it or not, but from a direct marketer of the name of Bob Bly. And he actually wrote a book called How to Craft or Create Irresistible Offers. Now, I started reading this book, and in there it had a chart. And the chart was the difference in how much it costs to acquire a customer from brand-driven advertising compared to direct offer-based advertising. Now, specifically, this was done with a cable TV subscription company, but after reviewing a lot of the results across many industries, the numbers typically come out to be about the same. So what they found was when the company led with a brand-driven promotion, which we'll go over kind of the differences here in a second, but when they led with a brand-driven promotion, what ended up happening is it cost about $1,000 to get a new cable subscription customer. And when they led with an offer-driven promotion, that exact same client acquisition cost dropped to $100 as opposed to $1,000. And as you tipped up the scale from primarily offer-driven, where 90% was based around the offer, 10% around the brand and content, as you slid that scale and made it more content heavy compared to the offer, the cost to acquire that customer went up. So I started doing this not only in my own business, but in my advertising clients as well. And we were able to see a substantial increase in the amount of clients that we were getting for the exact same ad budget. So we're going to take a look at brand-driven, which is also commodity-based advertising, as opposed to offer-driven, which is transformational-based. And the biggest things to compare here is that when it comes to brand-driven advertising, the message is essentially around the company. It's around, hey, we are this or we do that. Okay, I hear a lot of the clients when I work with them, sometimes I'll record clients if they're a hands-on client. And I was working with one hands-on client the other day and he started talking about, we do this and we do that and here's how we can help. And I said, hey, Ben, make this subtle transition for me. Instead of talking about what the company does, talk about what the customer gets. And that's the first transition in going from commodity-based to transformation-based. You want to switch the messaging around what your company does to instead the results that the customer will achieve. The second thing that we want to look at is with brand-driven advertising and commodity-based advertising, the message is around the product, right? You probably say, yeah, I sell tax plans, right? Which, if we're looking at it solely from a product-based advertisement, that's true. You sell tax plans, okay? However, when it comes to transformational or offer-based advertising, like what we talked about in the beginning, we don't necessarily want to talk about the things that they get. A tax plan is the thing that they get. But what does a tax plan actually deliver for them? Oh, well, you see the tax plan, the product, achieves a certain result. Okay, remember, affluent clients, they're focused on results. They don't care if you, again, send a carrier pigeon to the IRS in order to lower their tax bill as long as it's legal and it's ethical, right? They want the result. And the result is focused on the outcome that they're going to get, which, if they're going to be having a tax plan, is tax savings, okay? They want to know that they are going to be saving money. So instead of saying, hey, I'm a tax planner or I will create a tax plan, instead you want to reframe to how much money they're going to be saving. And that's the difference between a commodity-based offer and a transformation-based offer. In the next video, we're going to cover the essential elements that you have in order to make an irresistible offer that can sell itself. We'll see you in the next one.